would like to welcome you to the Smart Araneta Coliseum. It's the UAAP Season 75. It's the De La Salle Green Archers facing the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And now, let's meet our starting fives. Starting for the mean and green De La Salle Green Archers. At guard, number 16, Torres. At center, number 7, Arnold and Opstal. The other guard, number 9, Manguera. At forward, number 6, Fear the Bear, Norbert Torres. And the other forward, number 21, Jeron Teng. The head coach of the Green Archers is G. Ateneo. Starting for the 4-time defending champions, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. At guard, number 5, Juami Tiongson. Forward, number 13, Buenafe. The other forward, number 8, Nico, Salva. At center, number 20,
your starting five brought to you by Haynes America's leading underwear brand. Tiongson, Ravena, Slaughter, Buenafe for the second straight game will start. And of course, Salva, Torres, Manguera, Van Opstal, Norbert Torres, and Jeron Teng. Torres really, together with vosotros, have benefited in terms of, well, we all know that we don't want LA Revilla not to play. As I correct myself, by the way, this is the 4th game that he will miss, not the 5th, but the 4th game he will miss. But nevertheless, some bright spots and some good things come out of that. And Torres and vosotros, whose confidence has come back. Very key for La Salle here.
Huge. In the last game, that big win against UST, they combined for 22 points, Boom. They were the number 1 and number 2 scorers for La Salle, 12 and 10 respectively.
And an assist from Slaughter to Kiefer Ravena. Manguera not able to do anything. And first blood drawn by the defending champions. Van Opstal against Salva. A kick out to Tomas. Using the Torres screen, they go inside the Van Opstal. First turnover of the game. Now also, Slaughter and Buenafe have to be careful about unsportsmanlike fouls because the next one will incur an automatic suspension.
If it has clear intent to harm.
To hurt, yes, and to harm. All right, let's check in with Billy Capistrano from the DLSU side.
This second meeting between the Archers and the Eagles only means one thing for the boys in green: a chance at redemption. They have come prepared and they're ready for the challenges that Ateneo will face them with. Boom, a while ago I spoke with seniors Joshua Webb and Jovet Mendoza, and they told me na sana hindi ito yung last game nila against Ateneo, and they feel so privileged to be part of this rivalry. Now in today's ball game, the boys were instructed to just be mentally focused and disciplined in following the game plan. Boom.
Thank you very much, Billy. Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 courtside update. Life just got better. Yeah, earlier I was talking to both Jovet Mendoza and Joshua Webb. Very sentimental and nostalgic about this game. This last game possibly for them in this rivalry. Perfect combination from Slaughter to Ravena. Pure Food Standard Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog.
Well, when you're a 7-footer and you have a good view of the floor, and as long as your teammates space it out well, give each other good screens and make timely cuts, you will have a chance to give good assists like that. And we've seen Slaughter mature from last year to this year. He's known when to take it to the basket, when to take a step back and observe the defense first and what it gives him, and maybe he can just play decoy.
So no field goal yet for De La Salle. No points, no free throws. While Ateneo's on the board 4-0. Torres against Ravena this time. Ravena. And another turnover. Sorry, it's a tap from Ateneo. So it's La Salle ball with 11 seconds and a chance to go to Salina Dagdag.
Well, Boom TJ, Coach Norman Black would not be able to utilize the help of one of Ateneo's big men, particularly Koy Aram. I asked Koy in yesterday's practice how he feels about this, at sabi niya, fair na din kasi may mali naman talaga ako. Pero syempre nalulungkot at nanghihinayag ako kasi Ateneo Lasal game at gusto ko makatulong. Gusto ko ma-experience yung crowd. Despite this unfortunate suspension, the game goes on for the Blue Eagles. As Coach Norman says, JP's been playing very well, so that's a big loss for us. But we've got Justin Chua and Frank Golia on the bench, and people remember that 2 years ago, we won a championship with those two as starters. I'm expecting the two of them and the others to step up and contribute to the team. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Shalina, for a courtside update brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. That has been the story for Ateneo TJ. You've seen them over the years, you've covered them over the years. They lose a big man, whether it's about a disqualification or eligibility, and they seem, and again, this is probably classic Coach Norbert Black, they seem to have talents just willing to step up to the plate.
It just goes to show what kind of a program Coach Norman Black has been running. Hindi siya yung star-oriented. Not at all. Talagang everybody learns their role. Everybody has the skills developed, and anytime they have the opportunity to step up and play big minutes.
Speaking of star, Jeron Teng with a drive. Look at the acceleration of Ravena, but the play broken up by Jen Manguera, who is tasked to stop Kiefer today. This is I used to call him the star in waiting, but no, he's a full-fledged star already in his rookie year.
Yep.
Talking about Jeron Teng with a clear man high-performance drive. Clear man deep cleanse with activated carbon, deep cleanse for zero dandruff.
And with the things that we've been seeing Jeron Teng doing on the court, you're not just seeing his athletic ability, his gifts as a skilled player, you're seeing his smarts as well. That was a smart play there when he scored. Parang knockout play off an inbounds pass.
8-2 is the score. And again, last year's Rookie of the Year, able to get it up and in. Van Opstal with a weave play for LaSalle. Manguera likes to shoot threes. That's his role there, to shoot threes and to defend the best two guard of the other team. Salva, the switch as Torres recovers. Slaughter against Van Opstal. They kick it out to Ravena. He was hot from 3 in that last game. Buenafe with 8 to shoot. Under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. 4 to shoot. Buenafe, up and under move.
Beautiful fake. Classic Ryan Buenafe. He knows how to read the defense and when to drive. Alam niya na hindi siya mahaharang ng big man.
Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. That's Kiefer Ravena, who had an explosive game the last time out against FEU. Even with the foul trouble, the points that he came up with, medyo mabigat dun sa pagkalas nila from FEU.
And a couple of outside shots as
Threes,
well.
yeah.
Was critical for him to help Ateneo pull away. Dalawang tres nung sa third quarter. Laking bagay yun.
A foul committed by Juami Tiongson, if I'm not mistaken. 9-2. You look at the free throws, 5 out of 6 for Ateneo. Nothing yet for LaSalle. Here's a McDonald's instant replay. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac Delivery. Van Opstal, and the pass goes awry.
Well, that was way too strong as a lob pass. Sayang, they had executed the right thing that they needed to do. Walang help defense behind Nico Salva, but there was a bit of a miscommunication on the timing of the pass.
Third turnover for LaSalle. Ravena from 15, got it.
Wow, he is hot. He's feeling it. He's aggressive from the start. Normally you see Ravena be a little bit passive and try to set up his teammates, but right now he wants to score.
11-2 is the score. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. As you look at our fast break points, Ateneo's number 1 in that department, courtesy of KFC Cheese Top Burger. KFC, so good.
And they have remained aggressive in transition today so far, Boom, with 4 points in the fast break. Another bad post-entry pass.
This is a battle between the best offensive team and the best defensive team. And LaSalle is legitimately the best defensive team in the league. Why? Because they are number 1 in points allowed and field goal percentage
Yun yung
allowed.
alam mo, titignan mo talaga eh.
Correct.
Kung nagmamatch talaga yun eh. Kasi minsan mababa yung points allowed mo because you play a slow game. Yung
Or-
pace mo mabagal
O kaya
talaga.
nagtatambakan, so it
Oo,
becomes
correct.
misleading.
Correct.
Pero pareho yung department na yun, number 1 in LaSalle. So They have allowed 11 points so far. I was talking about Alman Vosotros, whose confidence has gone up 3 games ago, and he says it's just a matter of getting a little more playing time and doing the right things in practice. He's coming into this game ultra confident. He talked to me prior to the game.
Well, we've never seen him lack confidence in his game whenever he's had time to play. That year that LA Ravena was not around, he was always ready to play big minutes.
How about Nico Salva? His first triple of season 75 after 2 attempts. He's 1 out of 2 this year. Under 5 minutes remaining. As we get into a Globe halfway point of the quarter, it's a Globe prepaid go lang ng go halfway point of the quarter.
Ateneo is shooting a phenomenal 4 out of 5, 80% from the floor so far, while LaSalle is held down to 1 out of 4.
Vosotros with another great 3 from great pace, 3 and 1. It was actually, ito, tignan din natin
2 out of
sagot.
5, sorry, kasi nakashoot si Batorto.
Ito yung sagot yun ni Nico Salva. I was about to say that predictably, you know Vosotros was going to come out after that timeout because they needed points.
Yep. And they needed someone who could be stable at the point. You saw earlier a turnover that was really a miscalculated pass by Thomas Torres. So who knows? It could be the jitters. It's first Ateneo LaSalle game that he's starting in. So malaking bagay din yun.
Talio for another 3. Short. The tap by Greg Slaughter. So a fresh shot clock for the white shirts. Ravena is 3 out of 3. Salva also spotless, so they are 4 out of 4 together. Coach Gia Vanilla. Vosotros finds Torres. Torres kicks it out. They go back to Jeron Teng. 10 seconds to shoot. Jeron, double team on him.
What defense by Ateneo.
Talio inside to Torres. Torres is rejected by Slaughter with 3 seconds remaining.
As you like what you see from LaSalle, good spacing, good patience. Ang ganda rin ang bawi naman ng rotation ng depensa ng Ateneo.
Rexona men's shot block with 50% more lasting protection. Spray on the confidence. Teng forces the action and an offensive foul call on LaSalle. 14-5 is the score.
He could have waited. He got Buenafe off balance, but he dug his shoulder into him.
Kita sa ating McDonald's instant replay. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac Delivery. Panglima ng ano yun ha, turnover by the way, TJ, ng LaSalle. Now LaSalle is worst in this department.
But this is, I mean, this pace is not good. 5 turnovers. Wala pa tayong 6, well, barely 6 minutes have gone by.
So it's Talio, Vosotros, Norbert Torres, Jeron Teng, and Jovet Mendoza is playing in his last Ateneo LaSalle game if they don't meet in the Final Four, of course. Ravena from the corner, short. Mendoza skies for that rebound. LaSalle needs to put some points in. Maybe in a hurry. Torres for the outside jumper, still no go. The tap going to Ravena. Ateneo loves to run when there's an opportunity. Slaughter from the elbow. Chua. Elorde, the former Lasallian. Buenafe for 3. Gets
Wide
it to
open.
go!
There was confusion there defensively for LaSalle. Nung bumabas nila sa transition defense, Mendoza looked lost. Sabi niya, sino pinapuntayan ko? He was playing help defense for Slaughter. Tuloy, Buenafe was left wide open.
11-point lead now. LaSalle looking to repost. Talio says, I'll shoot. Still no go.
Great interior defense by Ateneo, not allowing the post up for LaSalle, not allowing an easy drive as well, just forcing LaSalle to outside shots.
Ravena all day to shoot. That's short. And it ends up with the blue shirt still. Ateneo is 5 out of 9. De La Salle is 2 out of 9 from the field so far. Elorde thought about it. A lot of time. 10 seconds. Buenafe will try again. Got it! Oh, 6 out of 10 for Ateneo in the first quarter. And a 15-point lead erected by the defending champs.
Such a high percentage, boom, and it's not just because they're getting layups. They're hitting outside shots as well, so that just goes to show how good they're shooting. They are now 3 out of 7, 43% from beyond the arc.
Kit Kat break muna tayo. Get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. From the Ateneo Blue Eaglets and then to the Eagles. Jeron Teng will take free throws as Oping Sumalinog and Tonino Gonzaga have checked in for the defending champions. And Teng missed the free throw. By the way, LaSalle did very well as you look at the parents of Jeron Teng. LaSalle did very well from the free throw line in their last game. If I'm not mistaken, they only missed 3. 14 out of 17.
Wow. Although Teng was 0 for 2 in that game, so he's still working on his free throw shooting and trying to really make it a part of his arsenal.
Joshua Webb has come in for the De La Salle Green Archers, who are behind by 14 at the 2-minute mark of our first quarter. Foul away from play, and it will be called on the Bear. Let's look at our Silverworks courtside charmer, Carlos Mendoza. Silverworks adds flair to his urban fashion sense. Silverworks live to play. Ateneo's led by Buenafe, 9 points, a couple of triples for him, and Buenafe was 1 out of 18 from beyond the arc prior to this game. He's never been a percentage player. Remember when he met that big shot 2 years ago in the finals? He was shooting 17% at that time, when he hit that big 3. So, sabi nga natin, as we look at him right now, hindi presyektuhan ng laro kay Buenafe. It's by moment.
Exactly.
It depends on the moment.
He just has shown consistently he can step up, and he likes to step up for big games and big moments.
Since high school. As Frank Golan now comes in, ito na yung adjustment nung wala si Eram, ano?
Correct.
Boy Eram. Nosotros misses the 3. Tiongson. Coach Norman Black raises his arms.
Forced shot there by their point guard with a lot of time on the shot clock.
At walang pinasahan.
Oh.
Hindi gusto ni Coach Norman yung mga ganyan. Nice cut by Mendoza. More movement now here for LaSalle. They need more movement and more screens here to get into that paint.
Well, they're trying to get the ball in the paint now to the cutters, as opposed to earlier, they were trying to get it to the post-up guys na wala sila magawa. Ang ganda ng post defense ng big men ng Ateneo, and they haven't found anything inside for Torres or for Van Opstal earlier, and now even for Mendoza. But now, yung cutting big men or cutters, yun yung nahanapan nila ngayon.
A little bit of a worry for Jovet Mendoza the last time out when he fell over a railing and hit his back over steps, I believe, at the arena. And he talked to him earlier. He says he's fine. He's ready to go for his last, possibly his last Ateneo LaSalle game. The former Mythical Vibe member in the juniors division when he was still with National U. 10 on the shot clock. Chua against Torres. That familiar jump hook comes up short. Webb. Great stoppage there by Sumalino to delay the play. Under a minute. Vosotros finds Norbert. Norbert against Golia. Back to Vosotros for stepping into the two-point area. Nothing there, and Sumalino comes away with a recovery. 22-8. The only good news right now for LaSalle is this is early, way early in the game.
Yep, and it's not yet a complete blowout of a lead right now. It's still doable, manageable, but you're gonna let Ateneo shoot amazing shots like that. I mean, they played the best defense they could. There was two guys on Gonzaga, and they're up now by 16.
Seconds remaining. Derek's New Anna. Visit www.dereksnewanna.com using PLDT My DSL. The strongest connections are at home. That's Cristel Bernardo from Ateneo. 24-18. That matches the biggest lead of the game at 16 for the defending champions. Nosotros, free throws. Former De La Salle Zobel standout at Green Archer. Simon Atkins. Jai Reyes on your screens. They're all in attendance here in this mammoth crowd at the Araneta Coliseum. Ateneo at 50% shooting, LaSalle at 10% with 7 assists for Ateneo.
What's given them a few points has been the free throw line. So at least their aggressiveness to try to take it to the basket is getting them some fouls.
Tiongson gets away, puts it
Oh,
up
what
and
a
in.
move.
1 second to play. And that pitch wouldn't have counted anyway. So they reinstall a 16-point lead, courtesy of this man, Ryan Buenafe, with 9 points, 2 money balls. He is our Jollibee champ of the quarter. Jollibee champ, big burger goodness like no other. Come back with us here in the second quarter at the Ateneo Coliseum. Six points is the second highest they've had this season. They had 28 against National University, where they shot 61% in that first quarter.
And what's interesting to note, Boom, out of those 26, 22 were in the half-court setup. 4 fast break points lang. Kasi sometimes you can argue you score high kasi dami mong fast break, di ba? Hindi, 4 lang yung fast break points nila eh.
Which is, by the way, the fast break is also what they want.
Right, they want that. They prioritize that as well. Pag nandun, they go for it. Pero it wasn't all that. So, Lasal naman shot 2 out of 11. So that's a good start for them hitting this outside shot.
Malaking bagay din yung 5 giveaways ng Lasal.
Yes, that was huge.
Alright, we begin with Tiongson, Sumalinog, Golia, Gonzaga, and Chua. Talio, Andrada for the very first time. Papot Paredes, Vosotros, and Joshua Webb. Our Haynes on the floor. Haynes men on the floor. Haynes America's leading underwear brand. Si Andrada, by the way, just came back, diba?
That's right. He was out for about a game or two.
2 seconds to shoot. Vosotros!
Hey, wow!
Back-to-back threes!
That was from Taft Avenue.
Whew. What a start. 6-0 run as we check in with Selena Dagdag.
Well, DJ Ryan Buenafe played a very good game against the FEU Tamaraws during their game in the first round. And although he was taken out of their matchup last Wednesday, he's now back in the game. I asked him how he feels going back on court today, and he laughs and tells me, parang ang tagal kong nawala Pero excited kasi first 5 ako, tapos Lasal pa kalaban. Last game nabitin ako, babawi na lang ako, pero this time, cool lang. This seems to run parallel with Coach Norman's plan, who expects the team to come up with a lot of fight. Coach also says that if the situation calls for it, he'll be alright going 11 to 12 man deep in the rotation. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Courtside update brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 Life just got better. So they're ready to go deep into that bench. According to Selena, we see Thomas Torres back, Kiefer Ravena's back, Greg Slaughter's back. Speaking of back-to-back po ang itinikadang tres. Itong si Vosotros to start the second quarter. Another great 3 from Great Taste 3 and 1. 4 points pa nga dapat.
Parehong malalayo pala yun eh. Both of them were at least 4 or 5 feet beyond the arc.
At 16 seconds, he's thinking of shooting
Sapa.
again. Almost, but not quite. Let's go to Billy Capistrano from the DLSU side.
We are not pressuring ourselves. This is an ordinary game. This is part of our job. Those are the words that Coach G. Abanilla told the boys a while ago. Though this is an Ateneo LaSalle game, he wants the boys to keep calm and focus, and he wants them to match up against the boys of Ateneo. Coach is not pleased with how things are going, and so he instructed the boys to execute the game plan the way it should be executed. Boom and TJ.
Samsung Courtside Update brought to you by the Galaxy Tab 2 Life just got better. It must be hard though, TJ, to tell your players, oh, laro lang to No, I mean,
I know. It's easier said than done. But that's what they should say.
Yes.
Treat it like any ordinary game. Pero once tignan mo yung kalaban mo, nakikita mo Ateneo nakalagay, and you hear the crowd, it's a different story.
Rickson, a men's shot block with 50% more lasting protection, spray on the confidence. Unless, of course, you're talking to veterans who've been there,
Right.
done that,
Right.
who have maybe a better grasp as you look at the starter points and the bench points of these two teams. They have a better grasp of, the event, as Selena said, the event that is Ateneo LaSalle, the crowd, the hype. 26-16. Looking at the blocks and rebounds, lamang ang DLSU. They're number 1 in that department. Oh, agaw ni Andrada. Andrada goes up, gets it back. And as usual, Andrada just doesn't force anything. Makes the right decision. He pulls out, waits for the rest of the guys with under 7 minutes to play. Torres, the floater, short. Something he was practicing when he worked out with Rajon Rondo,
That's
remember?
right, yeah.
Ravena puts it up and will take 2 free throws. He has mastered that step-in move As we look at this Globe Scene Steal and Steal this scene and share it with Globe's prepaid social 20. Unfortunately, an unproductive thrust there to keep the score at 26-16. The parents on your screens. Magkasama sila ngayon, ha?
Oo nga, no. Di tayo pinahirapan na hanapin sila. Normally, nahirapan yung director natin at yung mga cameraman. Nasaan ba yung mag-asawa na hindi magkatabi? Normally.
Kiefer with 7 points in the game. Biggest lead was 16. If you just joined us, it's down to 11 now. Jeron Teng getting ready to check in. Wild pass. Nosotros trying to keep that hot potato. But they give away the rock to Ateneo.
You gotta take care of the ball. LaSalle now has 8 turnovers. Little too many for them right now at this pace.
So that means tatlo na dito.
Uh-huh.
As we look at our Sister Gen Premium alumni of the game, Timothy Medina, Joseph Nocos from Ateneo. Sister Gen Premium, your multi-defense solution to fight body aging.
My bad, correction. 6 lang pala. I was looking at the fouls. He had 7 fouls.
So 6 turnovers for LaSalle. 1 in this quarter and an offensive foul by Thomas Torres on Oping Sumalinog. Can't believe it. You're playing turnover situation at 6-3. Well, that's 7, right? Officially.
It was at 5 and then again 6.
No, but including that one.
Ito. Correct.
Right?
With the
Including
offensive
that one.
foul. You're right. Make that 7.
Buenafe is back with 6 minutes to play in the first half. Salva wants the ball against Yen Andrada. And those long arms of Yen Andrada, it's so easy to underestimate him, but his wingspan, as Vosotros shoots another 3, has fallen in love the last couple of times now. Teng gets through, blocked. Buenafe now. Ravena on the right side, feeds it for Salva. No! Buenafe, no! The tap goes to Vosotros. 5:30 to play.
Good job by LaSalle's transition defense. Never giving up. All 5 white shirts were back in that defensive setup.
Tutok na, di pa na ipasok. Ni Salva at ni Buenafe. Teng against Buenafe. Teng gets through, up. And back Opstal now because he got left behind by Slaughter.
Correct. Well, Slaughter had to play help defense because itong si Teng got by Buenafe.
Slaughter gets away. Oh, rejected by Andrada. At the Globe halfway point of the quarter. Globe prepaid, go lang and go. That Opstal denied this time, too easy for Greg Slaughter. Ateneo number 1 in that department. As we get into a Kit Kat break, get ready for what's next. Half a break. Now the Kit Kat, the lead is only down now to 9. To him and his former teammate, former King Eagle, Nico Villanueva. 4:48 remaining. 0 out of 7 are the Blue Eagles to start the second quarter.
It only got 1 point this quarter, and that was from the free throw line.
Oh, nice play.
Another knockout play with Jeron Teng on the baseline. That was the second time that he was able to cut quicker than his defender. That's showing you how smart this kid is.
And how strong too. Even with the recovery of Nico Salva, he was able to still go up. Lead us down to 7. Buenafe changes that. Back to 9. 29-20. 4:24 remaining. Salamat po sa inyong pagtutok dito po sa Studio 23 para po sa laban ng Ateneo at LaSalle. DLSU on a 10-3 run in this quarter. Teng wants to add on to that. That's off to the right. No rebounders for the white shirts. Tiongson waits for the big man to stroll in. 4-minute mark of our first half. Salva against Joven has the speed advantage. Slaughter pulls up, short. And Jet Manguera.
Not really a shot. He can take a shot like that, but not normally off that rhythm pull-back jumper.
Vosotros.
You gotta respect the no matter how far right now. Diba?
The tap by Slaughter ends up as a Nico Salva. Last touch, and it will be the LaSalle ball with 10 seconds on their start clock. Jeron Teng with a PS Bank strong power move. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na with PS Bank home loan with Prime Rebate. Also, Yaki Sobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yaki Soba. Yaki Sobrang sarap. glide of Ryan Buenafe. Teng to Vosotros, top of the circle, 3.
Told you they gotta respect him from no matter where he is on the court. And now he has added a deadly weapon for La Salle in this game. The top of the key shooter. Kanina, hindi rin respeto ng Ateneo defense, and that's why they were able to clog the lane, and the top of the key defenders were just sagging down. Now it's a different story.
Sorry, DJ. 14 points off the bench for Arnold Vosotros. 4 triples. Ravena takes it back. 10 points for the Phenom. Sagutan na tayo dito. Vosotros against Tiongson. Nowhere to go. Under 3 minutes to play. The lead back to 9 just like that. Underneath to Jovet. Nakita si Slaughter. At may foul kay Ryan Buenafe. And Manguera will go to the free throw line.
You're seeing better patience and better decision making for La Salle here in the second quarter, offensively.
Kit Kat break. Let's get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Vosotros 3 out of 5 from the 3-point area. The lead is down to 9. I said earlier, Arnold Vosotros is 3 out of 5 from beyond the arc here in the quarter. Here in the quarter. Overall, he's 4 out of 7. I did say that he had 4 triples already for 14 points. He has not made a 2-point shot, which pretty much explains really his game for La Salle. Talking about Arnold Vosotros, he averages a lowly 29% within the arc and 25% outside coming into this game. Tiongson, Ravena, Buenafe, Salva, and Slaughter. It is Vosotros, Manguera, Teng, Mendoza, and Van Opstal. Slaughter. There's a foul, I believe, on Van Opstal.
Nice down screen there by a small guy to the big guy. Hirap tuloy ang La Salle na mag-switch or mag-help, and Slaughter was open there.
Donaldson's replay. Ito yung agis ni Van Opstal kay Juami.
Get out of my way.
Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 863-64 Mac Delivery. And it just looks even more worse because of the height differential.
Talagang parang throwdown eh. Mukhang MMA bigla eh.
10 to shoot. Slaughter with the move. Nothing there. Mendoza comes in to provide 3 rebounds for the white shirts. White and green. 15 on the shot clock, 2 minutes and 6 seconds in our game clock in the first half. Manguera, double team on him, left-handed drive. Slaughter was there to at least alter that shot. He has 3 shot blocks in this game. Salva in the middle for the release. Uy, wala pa rin. Teng was there to bother that. 3 on 2 on the other side. Teng side steps,
nice
drops
pass.
it off. Yes! And the foul!
Well timed there by Jeron Teng. Keeping his composure on the sidestep, knowing when to drop it off once he got Greg Slaughter to commit and leave his feet.
Perfect combination. Pure food standard juicy chicken cheese hot dog. He made Greg Slaughter commit the bang in the bucket. For Jed Manguera, the Lipa Batangas native, 16-6 run. All in all. .137 to play. Ravena. Wow. Sorry, that's Oping. Sumalino for 3.
You know, Ateneo has hit timely 3-pointers
No.
when La Salle seems to be gaining momentum with their rallies.
You're right. Sumalino, 5 out of 12 from that area this season so far. That's a foul. And Teng go to the line. Let's look at a PS Bank Mahaasahan assist. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na with PS Bank home loan with prime rebate. Another answer from the Blue Shirts. You know, Jeron Teng, what a rookie year so far. You're talking about a guy who has scored in double figures 7 times, has 3 double-doubles, has led his team 4 times in scoring, 2 times in rebounding, 3 times in assists, a 35-point performance, and a game winner the last time out. And we're not even done yet with season 75.
And he just continues to grow mature and learn after every single game.
Most of the Lasallians would call him probably the missing piece in their push back into the Final
Pero
Four.
kung may missing piece pa sa game niya, free throw shooting na lang yun. Yun na lang talaga kailangan niyang trabahuin.
8 ang abante. Salva, fade away. That's a good-looking shot. He missed one. Teng loses it. 19 to shoot. Tiongson ng Vosotros. He wants the screen. The show by Slaughter. Vosotros top of the circle. No. Van Opstal goes right back up.
Great job by Van Opstal to charge ahead to go for that offensive rebound. Good positioning. Alam niya na uhuli na konti si Slaughter because he had to help out on the pick and roll.
28 seconds remaining in the first half. The lead is down to 6. The closest since it was 16. Salva, jab step, comes up short. LaSalle on the run. Teng asking for it. Vosotros does not oblige because they want to go for the last shot.
Backing it up, trying to milk this clock.
LaSalle has 9 offensive rebounds. Ateneo 4. Teng with 4. Teng for 3. No! Oh, that would have been huge.
That would have brought the house down.
Nevertheless, DJ, there's some commotion there on the Ateneo bench and the Araneta security ready to separate
Quick on their feet.
the two teams. Nevertheless, that 16-point lead whittled down to 6 behind the hot shooting of Almon Vosotros. 5 in the first quarter and 14 all in all as DLSU outscores Ateneo 19-9. Vosotros is our Jollibee champ of the quarter. Jollibee champ, big burger goodness like no other. 35-29, round 2 for Ateneo and LaSalle. Halftime po na tayo. Magbabalik po kami dito, Studio 23.
Interesting starting lineup for Coach Gia Bonilla. May hugot. Campos, who did not play the whole first half, is starting here in the second half.
And this guy, because of the entry of Jeron Teng, has really seen his minutes go down to an average of 4.5 a game.
But you know the kid can play and he can score.
Apat pa lang ang linaro.
He's only appeared in 4 games.
Correct.
Kahit gano'n lang ay yung average ng minutes niya.
So LaSalle scores the first bucket here in the second half. Tiongson with an answer from 3, nothing there. 35-31 as we go to Billy Capistrano from DLSU.
According to Coach Gia Bonilla, it is very important to understand what kind of opponent Ateneo is. Here in the second half of the ballgame, the Archers really need to step it up and they need to work harder. Coach G reminded the boys that they have to believe that they can beat the Eagles. He wants them to protect the paint, take care of fast break points, and take good shots. The Archers are optimistic and they are set on extending their winning streak. Back to you, Ruben.
Thank you, Billy. And perfect, just as you said it, 4-0 run for LaSalle. And a courtside update brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Heeding the call of Coach G. Abanilla.
Lead is down to 2.
Yep. Buenafe. The show. The dish. The ball will go or will stay? No. Will go to LaSalle. Let's look at this sequence. an ultra fast play from the new Tattoo U stick, Live Without Limits. Back to live action here. A chance to tie or maybe even take the lead. Vosotros inside! Oh, and a sorry miss by Yutian Andrada. Imagine, slowly coming back from 16 points down.
Normally, easy 2 points in for Andrada.
And it is specialty of the house.
Gamay na gamay niya yung pectus under the basket eh.
TS Bank strong power move. Isang tulog lang may buying it out with TS Bank. Home load with prime rebate.
Tahimik na tahimik dito.
Si Van Opstal nakaka-anim na rin.
Yep.
Papulot-pulot lang.
Exactly.
Ravena out to Chua from his sweet spot. Not that time though. Campos to Vosotros. Go down to AVO. AVO with a move. Comes up short. Buenafe to Chua. Slaughter from around 17. Double team on him. A charge by Buenafe. And then the drop pass. But Andrada with a great recovery.
Ang ganda na sana ng setup ni Ryan Buenafe, but great job by Andrada. Ooh!
And Gia Vanilla brings out Yutian Andrada with that Rexonomen shot block with 50% more lasting protection. Spray on the confidence. And for the first time, brings in Van Opstal and Torres at the same time. What do you think, TJ?
Well, actually, I saw them together at the start of the game. If I'm not mistaken, they were the starters.
My bad.
Yeah, they started the game together for about a good 5-6 minute stretch, but it wasn't effective. Kaya hinila niya kagad.
There's a foul called here. Ang tinawagan si Oda Tampos. Ang McDonald's 6 and 3 may overwhelm the senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty Dial 86236 for Mac delivery.
Ideally kasi, pag ito nag-Twin Towers ang Lasal, they go high-low eh. One of them goes out and one of them does a dump pass inside. But it never worked out because Ateneo played great defense, spacing it out well, sometimes fronting Torres that they couldn't get the dump pass inside him. Torres only had 2 attempts the whole first half.
After the 53% shooting of Ateneo kanina no first quarter, nabanggit natin yung TJ, they have been shooting 15% since then. Oh, Natampos checks his jaw.
When the kid is aggressive, give him the ball, give him a lane, he is going to attack.
Baka ngayon lang mabibigyan ng pagkakataon eh. So he wants to make the most out of it. He has the unenviable job of keeping step with Ravena though. Naiwanan na naman si Buenafe. Pangatlo na niya yan.
And at that point, Campos should have switched out to Buenafe because his man helped him on Ravena. Dapat tumabas na siya and played better team defense there.
And as you said, TJ, they've had answers talking about Ateneo, no? Vosotros to Campos, 10 on the shot clock. Campos. Teng readjusts. Slaughter for the retrieval. Ravena, 4-on-2 on the other side.
Perfect setup there, nice bounce pass. And no more dribble needed for Juami Tiongson for that fast break layup for Ateneo.
Number 1 in that department are the Blue Eagles, averaging 12.2 a game. So some space between them and their arch rivals, 42-35. Yun po ang talaan na ating fast break points, 6-4. Campos again!
Wow!
Looking for a foul duel.
This kid has come to play.
Campos, so far, with 6 points. Miscommunication. And a lot of time still for Ateneo with 8. Tiongson waves away Ravena. Uses the slaughter screen. Buenafe again. Not this time. Oh, nice tap, but Norbert Torres could not control the rock. 5:38. Kit Kat break muna tayo. Get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. A broken up by Jed Manguera as you look at Coach Jong with Chico on your screens. Vosotros puts it up and in.
A nice do play. Linoko niya si Ravena. He made it seem like he wanted to go for the reverse, taking one extra step under the basket but still went to the front of the rim.
Kawain ni Ravena nga yun eh. No?
Actually, you're right. It's a Ravena move.
Buenafe, strong drive.
Wow.
And an even stronger finish and then a stare down on Jeron Teng.
Ang ganda ng spacing ng big men ng Ateneo. Chua and Slaughter were both on the left side, clearing out the right side for Buenafe to drive.
It's a Globe prepaid. Go lang ng go halfway point of the quarter. Teng from quarter court. Gets it to go! Let's go to Selena Dagdag from Ateneo now.
To bristle with defensive weaponry, especially on Vosotros. This is what Coach Norman Black demands to witness as the second half of the game begins. Coach also wants the boys to have a mentality of a 0-0 numbers on the scoreboard. The Blue Eagles come back on court with a better grasp of one of LaSalle's signature strengths, which, as you guys mentioned earlier, their motion offense plays. Coach wants boys to pass the ball around until the best opportunity for a shot arises. He also wants them to execute more box outs and rebounds. Lastly, he wants to see the boys double on their assists. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena. Samsung Courtside Update brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. 46-42, 4-12. We got a couple of great strong plays here. An Owishi-Owa moment of the game. Open up to everyday surprises. That was after the three of Jeron, Teng, two of the strongest individuals we have here at their positions.
Yep.
DJ.
I will forever be amazed with Ryan Buenafe's hang time.
Walang kubuha ng rebound. Ravena picks it up. Joshua Webb is in for the white shirts. Chua, short stab. Sagot na naman ng Ateneo. 48-42, under 4 minutes to play.
And they needed that. That's the release pass to Chua na binibigay ng LaSalle. That's the shot they've been giving him.
Vosotros. Webb against Buenafe. That's a bump call. So LaSalle knocking on the door. And then Ateneo finds a way to shut it down momentarily with a perfect combination from Ravena to Chua, pure meat standard, juicy chicken cheese, hot dog. Buenafe will move out. Oping Sumalinog coming back in. And for Buenafe, that's 18 points. Ganon-ganon lang, ano?
18 quiet points. Hindi na natin napansin.
Parang di ko yung Vosotros, di ba? 14 na yung kanina. Torres inside. Masyado masikip. Torres again. Puts it up. No. Scramble for the loose ball. And Ravena holds on.
Interestingly, Coach G, after nag-timeout yung Ateneo, na dahil sa run na ginawa ni Tampos, he pulled Tampos out.
For Jed Manguera.
Yep.
Oh, pace to be tall. Halos inaabot na lang. And now it's back to an 8-point lead. 50-42 as we go into a Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. At the Big Dome for this set 2 between Ateneo and LaSalle, with Ateneo maintaining an 8-point distance.
Nabanggit natin kanina, Boom, na surprisingly nilabas ng maaga si Tampos, no, even though he was waxing hot. Now he's back in the game for LaSalle. I mean, you wonder because he played 4 hot minutes. Hindi naman siya pagod. Didn't even play the first half. So it's not a matter of pacing him.
Torres with his first 2 points finally for him, TJ. A 3 by Juami Tiongson.
And again, a timely 3 by Ateneo, quieting the rally of LaSalle.
Shooting a very high 59% from that area. Van Opstal, who has played well, 8 points. Torres has struggled 1 out of 4 today. Van Opstal trying to pick up some slack. 8 points for him with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And the lead is still at 7 with Tonino Gonzaga getting ready to come in for the defending champs. A gamble there by Vosotros. It doesn't pay off. A change, actually, yung shot clock nag-reset. Pero ito, Tiongson easily gets the retrieval. Nagkakalituhan ang LaSalle dito.
Nagka-scramble din sa defensive adjustments because they thought they had the ball earlier.
Tapos trying to stay on Ravena. Ravena gets away, puts it up and in.
Great read of the pick and roll there by Kiefer Ravena. Very patient. He didn't get it on the first pass. Set it up again. He sold the screen well and went quick to the right side and got away.
And Ravena always drives with purpose. 14 points in the game. The floater of Vosotros doesn't work. This lead is back up to 9. They were able to cut it down to 2. Talking about the Lasallians. And Tiongson adds on to that. Vosotros is hoping for a traveling infraction. It did look like it initially.
From Juami, Tiongson was not a factor in their first encounter. Only had 4 points in that first round game. Today, 9 points now, coming off a 14-point game in their previous game against FEU.
Nagpapapalit siya kay Coach Norman Black. And Nico is getting ready to come in. A kick. And Tiongson will go to the bench. I don't know what's wrong, if it's just tired or he has something, or he's feeling something as Kiefer Ravena with a Clearman high performance drive, Clearman defense with activated carbon defense for 0 tantrum. Here's the PS Bank maasahan assist to Norbert Torres. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na with PS Bank home loan with prime rebate. 1 out of 4 in this game. Ateneo, here in the third quarter, has gotten 6 offensive rebounds and then 6 second chance points. Ateneo with 22 points here in the third as compared to De La Salle's 17. Am I correct with that?
Exactly.
One? Yes,
And you'll be amazed with the only amount, the small amount of field goals of Torres, 4 attempts. Ateneo's done a great job of denying him the ball.
Merrill getaway move. Merrill getaway to adventure. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Torres from 17. Cannot find the stroke. So he's 1 out of 5. Campos, the Energizer Bunny, off the bench earlier for LaSalle. That's a foul on Nico with 14 to shoot. So that will give LaSalle the opportunity to go for the last shot. Am I correct here, TJ?
It looks like the bench of Ateneo wanted to give
foul,
that foul.
no? Parang.
That is a foul to give. Para makasap.
Slaughter.
Para mailabas si Slaughter.
Papahingayin muna ng konti.
And keep him
Avoid
away from a foul as well.
Yes, yes. And they go to Teng. So the shot clock was reset to 14.
And it was at 14.
Oh,
the foul
okay.
was committed, so it stayed there.
Stayed
Kasi
there,
normally, if
14.
it's below 14,
Okay.
it will be reset to 14.
Alright.
Eh, 14 eh. So hanggang dun lang siya.
So ngayon, eto na sa last shot moment na.
Yes, because there's another foul. So 8 seconds to go.
Love ng
All
barkada.
theirs.
Sorry, TJ. Love ng barkada moment of the game brought to you by Chippy. Love namin talaga. And they go to Teng again, who's got Oping Sumalino on him. Teng with that familiar spin. He was looking for a foul, non-given. And it will end on that note. An 11-point lead. At halftime, we were at 35-29. Naibaba, 35-33. And then all of a sudden, Ateneo goes up by 11 once again. Jollibee champ of the quarter is Ryan Buenafe. Big burger goodness like no other. 18 points for him, 7 in the penultimate quarter. 10 more minutes for Ateneo, LaSalle round 2 when we come back. Jovet Mendoza and Amon Vosotros. And LaSalle shot 8 of 17 in the third quarter, while Ateneo shot 9 of 19. As you look at our quarter scoring, brought to you by KFC Cheese Top Burger, KFC So Good. Again, the lead, 35-33. And then sumagot ang Ateneo to bring it back up to 11.
It was a 22-13 run since that point when Ateneo was blank. Started third quarter.
That's the way to attack Greg Slaughter if you're Jeron Teng, to try to get the foul. It was all ball up there, but obviously there's a collision. As you look at this again on a McDonald's instant replay, that's a foul. There's no question. There's no question it was a block upstairs, but the body contact. Yep. And the fact that Greg Slaughter jumped also, no, TJ?
May forward motion ng konti si Slaughter into Teng. If he had jumped all the way straight up
Yun.
and caught him upstairs, even if there was contact, the refs would say Teng initiated that. As you see his brother, who loves to do exactly the same thing, jumping into the defender.
And he scored 22 points today against Adamson University. Jeron Teng could not finish. Mendoza with an offensive rebound. By the way, Ateneo out-rebounded them in that quarter also, 13-6 in the third. Teng gets some space, attacks again, comes up short. And Buenafe puts a period on that one. Let's check in with Billy Capistrano. Billy?
walang bibitaw, kakayanan natin ito. This last quarter means that the Archers are going to give it everything they've got. The boys need to keep working as a team, and they just have to do what they have to do. Boom, the great thing about this team is that they never give up, and they have an immense drive to succeed. For the last 10 minutes of the game, Coach G wants them to keep challenging the blue shirts and to be aggressive without committing useless fouls. Now, more importantly, they cannot abandon their defense. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much. That one brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Dangerous times for LaSalle though right now. This lead is back up to 12.
And they gave up that last shot on good execution by Ateneo on that screen.
Buenafe flopping. And Teng takes advantage. For Jeron, Teng, 12 points for him and 4 rebounds. And Lotte just overpowering the former LaSalle Green Hills standout. 4 personals on Thomas Torres, who has not gotten any kind of offensive rhythm here as you look at a perfect combination. Brought to you by Pure Food Standard Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. Yakisobra Move brought to you by Juicy Yakisoba, Yakisobra Sarap. Back to live action here at the Araneta Coliseum with Gonzaga, Buenafe, Slaughter, Chua, and Elorte. Buenafe titira na naman ang 3. Not this time. A foul by Justin Chua. Buenafe is 18 points in the game.
3 out of 6 from 3, or 3 out of 7 from 3, and 3 out of 4 from 2-point territory. Only 11 shots. Imagine that, but he's a big part of this lead of Ateneo. And look at LaSalle, 24 points off the bench.
9
but
lang.
not yet enough.
9 lang for Ateneo.
Yep.
And usually, it is Buenafe who comes off that bench, right?
Starter siya ngayon, the last 2 games.
Kit Kat best break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. 10-point lead, under 8 minutes to play. They go back to Teng. Teng thought about it. He wants to post Ryan Buenafe. Nakatakas!
What a move.
That's a smooth move. Yep. From the rookie. Let's go to Selena Dagdag from Ateneo.
Well, at this point of the game, Coach Norman wants the boys to administer a series of screens in order for them to proliferate their opportunities in scoring points in the paint. He wants the boys to dominate the boards by attacking the basket and also by driving through the baseline. Coach Norman tells the Blue Eagles to execute their rotations early so they won't get openings. This time, Coach wants the boys guarding not only the points in the paint, but the entire perimeter area. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena. And there's a foul called by Kiefer Ravena on an attempted steal. By the way, the courtside update was brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better.
And during that update, we saw Nico Salva score his first 2-point field goal of the game. He's 1 out of 8, yeah. Prior to that, he was 0 for 7 from 2-point territory.
Ano yung tinawag doon? Yung tulak pagkatapos ng agaw kaya,
Looks
DJ?
like it. Kahit na nawala na yung bola, sana hinayaan na lang niya bumagsak yung kalaban. May tulak pa eh.
McDonald's instant replay catching that one. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac delivery. A screen and a foul on the Norte at the 7:04 mark. An early penalty situation here for Ateneo.
Oh, wow. 7 minutes to go.
By the way, this is the Clearman High Performance Drive. Clearman Deep Cleanse with activated carbon. Deep Cleanse for zero dandruff. This is a break for LaSalle here to try to catch up without the clock moving.
But they got to make the free throws. We know they're not the best free throw shooting team in the league. They're only 9 of 14 so far today for 64%.
Vosotros, though, making 2 on that trip. And for Vosotros, he is a steady at 75%. So this lead down to 8. There's a little commotion here from the Ateneo side. I think they're looking, they were asking. Let's check what this is all about. But first, a swish, goodbye. Switch to Swish alcohol-free mouthwash. It's all good. Bola po na Ateneo. Tampos on Ravena as play resumes. Go down to Greg Slaughter against Van Opstal. Oh, nice fake by Buenafe.
Wow.
The hesitation move. And that is the first time that he has reached 20-point mark since the finals of season 73.
Been a while.
Always loves the big game.
Yep.
Teng trying to answer back. Ravena pushing him out and does free throws.
Yep. Sold it well. Getting 2 free throws again.
Third personal on Ravena. Let's look at that hesitation move.
Showed him right and went quickly left.
Clearman high performance drive. Clearman defense with activated carbon. Defense for 0 dandruff. And the Ateneo side booing because now free throws again will be given. May konti namang talagang
Pero talaga,
may
may
body
forward
bump.
motion
Oh,
eh, oh.
si Ravena.
They didn't give him space anymore to go up for a shot.
It looked like his hands were just up, but his body was
He had
moving
his
forward.
chest into him. Another miss from the free throw
Yun ang
line for
masakit.
Jeron Teng. He's now 3 out of 7 from the free throw line.
20 points for Buenafe. 7 out of 12 shooting. The parents, the Tengs. Focuses on the second. Good enough to cut this lead back down to 9. 6:32. Will LaSalle have a run? Or will Ateneo continue to keep its nose in front of in this game? Salva with the spin loses possession. Play broken up with 4 to shoot.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Good defensive sequence there by LaSalle, not biting the fakes, staying in front of their man, not gambling on the steals.
Ravena off the brush pick. 2 seconds. Ravena puts it up. That's short. And it will end up with Andrada. 6:06 to play. Teng with a full circle speed. Puts it up. No! Buenafe able to get it down.
Big rebound by Ryan Buenafe with a big man down on the floor. He took care of the business.
Buenafe, Teng and Slaughter catch up with the play. Buenafe, top of the circle. Buenafe nonchalantly launches. The tap goes to Ateneo. Oh, Coach Gia Banilla.
It was at the fingertips of Vosotros.
Another opportunity. 5:30 to play. Oh, and a foul dun sa sundot. Yamon Vosotros. It's only their second team foul. As I said, more than 17,000. That's the official number. The paying public here at the Araneta Coliseum for round 2. Ateneo LaSalle. Salva, a series of fakes. Andrada fouls him, the bang in the bucket for Nico Salva.
Well, that first step back earlier, finally got his confidence. At nasukatan niya ng konti yung depensa ni Andrada, which is not the easiest thing to do in the UAAP.
Enervon's total energy play of the game. Energuard, Enervon. Fundamentally sound player na si Nico Salva, in that pivot move. And you know, the coaches will always say, if they defend your first move, you've had to have a series of counter moves, and that's what he did on that
Without
sequence.
traveling. And that's with the mastery of the pivot foot.
10 points for him. At ganun-ganun lang, balik na naman sa 12 ang abante po ng Ateneo with 5:16 remaining in this game. Just every time LaSalle gets a steam of momentum, ahead of momentum here, Ateneo seems to have the answer offensively.
Yep. And then they follow up defensively as well. They get an answer offensively and then they get a stop.
Here's a Rexona men's shot block with 50% more lasting protection spray on the confidence. Vosotros has been quiet. It's a Glow prepaid go lang ng go halfway point of the quarter. Tapos continues to sparkle for LaSalle. 8 points off the bench.
He's the only guy hitting anything from mid-range. Remember at halftime when we
You're
mentioned
right.
puro outside shots ng beyond the three-point arc or layups ang LaSalle.
May isa si Norbert, tapos karamihan kay Tapos.
And now it's Tampos who's getting their mid-range game going.
Lot of time. Ravena misses, and another offensive rebound. Another opportunity. Crossover, the spin, the assist. Buenafe doesn't finish though. Teng in the middle. Doesn't force it. 17 seconds on the shot clock of LaSalle. Ateneo doesn't have JP Eram or Poy Eram here, serving his suspension. Torres to Teng for 3. Yes! Big one, 18 points.
Keeping LaSalle in striking distance. They need a big stop here
Yes.
to continue this momentum.
The #1 defensive team of the league. On both points allowed and field goal percentage allowed. Wow! This guy has saved them many times. Ang ganda na ng initial defense.
It was a great defensive play by Torres, staying in front of Nico Salva. I mean, he knows Salva's faster than him, did not bite the pigs, blocked the shot, but Buenafe just wanted the loose ball more than anybody else.
Torres, strong move off the glass. And Coach G asking for a foul, not given. There's a delay of game warning on LaSalle. 68-59, 3:20 to play. Vosotros to Tampos, perfect combination. Your Boots Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog.
Smooth looking jumper there by Campos. The mid-range game, something that basketball has kind of lost in the last few years.
That's what we were talking about here
Yeah.
at Mark Molina the other day. The UP Adamson game. Ravena, sumaksak, ibinaybay, draws a foul. BPI Auto Loan, awesome rebound. Apply for a BPI Family Auto Loan at bpiloans.com today. Again, the presence of mind of Buenafe to jump right away. Actually, that's his second jump already kasi yung first yung
Correct.
rebound.
Oh, that's court sense right there. Knowing where the ball is, knowing where he is on the floor.
Ravena, also productive afternoon for him. 15 points for the Phenom. The lead is 8. Coach Norman looking for his 68th win here at the Araneta Coliseum. 104th all in all in his UAAP coaching career, which is drawing closer to its end.
Yep. Win or lose.
Yep.
His last year with Ateneo.
Sotros. Teng. Sumalinog stays with him. Teng. Definitely a foul there. Either Salva or Sumalinog.
Well, he was able to get the foul, but then again, if he had opted to dish off to Van Opstal, could have been an easy dunk for ABO there. Napakumit na niya si Salva eh. Drop pass to Van Opstal. Easy too, but then again, he's showing his aggressiveness. Wanting to take over now at the crunch. And we've seen Teng do this in the last few games. He has shown no fear as a rookie to take charge.
19 points. That is leading all LaSalle scorers. So that means he is leading LaSalle if they end up winning. Or if at the end of the game he still leads them for the 5th time. He misses the free throw, but we'll get another chance. And the dismay of the Ateneo fans behind us.
Only 6 out of 18 shooting though from the field for Jeron Teng. He's taking a lot of shots.
Referees Francisco Olivar Jr., Emmanuel Tangkion, and Salvador Cortez Jr., by the way, for this game. 20-point output for the rookie, who has had a buzzer beater and a 35-point performance. Both in wins, by the way. Lead is 7, 2:41. The window closing for LaSalle here. They've got to get a stop. 6 on the shot clock. This guy has been their savior, talking about Ateneo. Vosotros ahead to Teng. Teng, oh, dangerous pass! And Van Opstal misses!
Give me it. Ganda ng pasa, as you said, dangerous to cut through, slicing through that little gap of the defense of Ateneo, but he found Van Opstal on the weak side.
That could have brought the lead down to 5.
Yun na nga eh. Pero mukhang pati si Van Opstal nagulat eh.
Ravena again! Navigating through traffic and slithering for the 2 points at the PS Bank last 2-minute mark. Isang tulog lang, may buy ka na with PS Bank Home Loan with Prime Rebate. Sa kapilitan yung galaw ni Teng, and that doesn't go in. 1:44. 3-possession lead. Ravena, the show by Torres. Ravena goes to the left. Stops on a dime. Salva with 2 to shoot. Nothing there. Van Opstal with the rebound. Time running out for LaSalle. They got to shoot in a hurry or score in a hurry. And that's what Vosotros had in mind. 20 points for the former San Sebastian Stagler.
Only a 7-point lead. This is not over, but they need to get a stop and not allow Ateneo to milk the clock again.
Tiongson inside to Salva. Puts it up and in.
What a play. What a move. The athleticism of Nico Salva there.
And what a pass by Juami Tiongson too.
Great setup.
on the double team. 74-65. 67 seconds remaining. Back in a moment. Nosotros pitches a 3.
Ooh, it's nothing.
And it's nothing. You know, this game has been played well from a turnover standpoint. Ateneo's only had 5, if I'm not mistaken, and LaSalle only 7.
Mula nung in the first half, they had 5 or 4.
5 yung first quarter.
First quarter, 5.
Oh.
Correct. So quality game in terms of execution.
From that standpoint, field goals, a different story, of course.
Okay lang. Ateneo's at 42%, LaSalle at 37%.
Okay.
Not that bad. I mean, we've seen worse.
Buenafe.
What a game for Ryan Buenafe. Now 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. 8 out of 18 from the field.
2 for 2.
Pero ito magugulat ka, ang dami niya palang attempt sa 3 points. 9! Di ba prior to this game, 1 out of 18?
Correct. Wala nga, sabi nga eh. Hindi sa porsyento ito eh. That's a great move by Teng, but he could not finish. And that probably is the story also for LaSalle. They had those attempts that were just up there, chippy attempts, but couldn't get it in. And also another story was Ateneo's always had the answer, TJ. We've been saying it.
I think the fact that, well, number one, clearly, not having L.A. Revilla, your best point guard in terms of scoring and as well setting up his teammates for easy shots was a big factor today.
Del Monte, fit and right, step-up play of the game. It's time to step up with a new fit and right orange. You're talking about a guy's averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists a game.
That's huge. Because imagine, take note of those 5 rebounds. Pag siya naka-rebound, mas mabilis sila nakaka-set up ng transition offense kasi you eliminate the kick-out pass from the big man to the point guard. Pag siya na, takbo na kagad eh. At then he sets it up.
At alam mo, bumaba na yan. Dahil at one point, he was averaging 8 a game.
May 8 pa siya, correct, in the first few games of the season. And then secondarily to that, without having LA, this guy, Norbert Torres, was not in rhythm early on. You want to establish him early in the game. Why? Because if you do get him to attract the defense more, make the defense collapse, then it opens up that mid-range game. It opens up the driving lanes as well. But without your big man attracting the defense, ang laking bagay yun. So LA, you're not only missing his points, but you're losing the opportunities he opens up for his teammates.
And obviously, we know how fearless that kid is. I mean, as you look at Luigi De La Paz, who did not see any kind of playing time today, we talked about the first meeting, Revilla with 16 points and 7 assists in that game. Although Thomas Torres and Amon Vosotros have really stepped up in his absence. Remember, they're on a 4-game winning streak, talking about LaSalle.
That's right.
They were going for 5 as Buenafe gets a hand from the crowd and ends up with 24 points and 8 rebounds in this game. And Ateneo wins 5 straight over LaSalle. And Norman Black wins his 17th over LaSalle. He's 17 and 3. 17 and 3, that's right. Now, the interesting part will be tomorrow when National U and FEU face each other with this LaSalle loss. We'll talk about that in a bit. In the meantime, 77-67 is the final score. Coming right back to wrap this baby up. We are back here at the Araneta Coliseum, back with you to wrap it up. PS Bank Pasaan player of the game. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na. With PS Bank home loan with prime rebate. What else can we say about a guy who has won every year he has played since high school a championship? Ryan Buenafe in 27 minutes, 24 points, shot 50% at 8 of 16, 8 rebounds, and scores his personal best in the UAAP with 24. He scored 23 in the finals 2 years ago, 23 again in season 72, but today 24 points for Ryan Buenafe.
And he's done a lot of the things, the intangibles as well. He played defense on Jeron Teng today, a lot of minutes on Jeron Teng. He also grabbed 8 of his rebounds, 5 of them were offensive rebounds as well.
He's also our Jollibee champ of the game. Jollibee champ, big burger goodness like no other. Again, his personal best prior was 23 points, including that dagger 3, as we keep repeating in season 73. All right, apparently we still have to take a break.